as you can see, I am trapped under a pair of cats. Plan for today is to marzipan the cake, do a bit of tidying up, and hopefully go and find some deer. We'll see how the time goes. In terms of booster effects, my arm's still a bit sore, but I have got my full range of movement back, so it is much better than it has been. It's more localised around the injection site now that I've got the discomfort, but I mean that's really what it is, it's discomfort. It hurts a little bit when I move my arm, because obviously the muscle is moving against where the injection was, so that's what's giving me a little bit of slight mild pain. It's not really strong, whereas yesterday and the day before it was a lot of pain, and it was all the way down from my shoulder to my elbow, so yeah, much better. My other half and his brother have both had a bit of pain in the arm around the injection site and headaches, but that's it. So we've done quite well, really. So yeah, so one of the cats is gone. I've still got one. So yeah, so I'm just gonna watch a bit of YouTube, do a bit of Xbox, and then I'm gonna marzipan the cake. Okay, so we have some deer hanging about on the golf course. We might get a chance to see some more of them in the actual park itself, but we'll see. Okay, we have a buck over there. Just going to zoom in. Obviously I don't want to get too close. Oh, I'm zoomed in already. Obviously I don't want to get too close and spook them. But the deer here are fallow deer, so I believe the males are called bucks rather than stags. I'm going to have to look up why though. We've got a tractor doing its thing over there, so it might get a bit of noise from back and from that. We're not actually far from the road either. If I just pan round, we are on wobbly cam today, as I'm out for a walk. We have the house down there, and my finger. That house down there, so if I just zoom in so you can see it better. I've actually only just entered the park. I'm looking all the way down the end of the driveway, down there. This is a National Trust property. We're being watched. You can barely see them, but just between those two trees, there's a few deer lying down, a couple of stags keeping an eye out, or a couple of bucks rather. I might have a better view here actually. It's the same group of deer with the two bucks at the front, and I think there's a little bit further back. And it just shows how good their camouflage could be. So I'm actually not 100% sure whether this pale bit here is a buck or a bit of wood. The next bit is a dark buck, and above there is another buck. So, yeah. Give you a sense of how close the deer are to me. There's my feet on the path. I'll just scan up. There. So they're really not far at all. So technically, this is a wild deer herd. I mean, obviously people keep an eye on them, but they are technically a wild herd, and they are older than the house. I think a couple of years ago I read somewhere there was about 300 of them in the herd, but again that would need to be checked, and the figures may need updating. But yeah, they just get on with their business and pretty much ignore the people. So yeah, so I'm still heading down towards the house. I thought I'd come for a bit of a nice walk. I haven't marzipaned the cake yet. I'm going to do that when I get back. I probably won't film it because if you don't know how to roll out marzipan, watching me try and do it is not going to help. But If you don't want to roll up marzipan, you can buy it ready rolled. So I didn't. Thinking about it with injection this week, I probably should have done. But my arm's alright now, so get that done when I get in and tidy the kitchen up and make enough space for all the Christmassy meals. But yeah, so this is a National Trust property that is pretty much on my doorstep, which is great. At the moment, there isn't a pay entrance where I come in. It's like a 2-mile trip to get to the paying entrance from my house. So as a non-driver, that doesn't really happen. But the gate is on locked timer, so as long as you are out by 4, you're fine. For the side that I'm on, turn opens at like 9:30, something like that in the morning. So I can come in and walk around the parks. If I remember my membership card, I can have a walk around the house as well when it's open. It's not open at this time of year. No, lovely gardens as well. But it's a huge site. It's nice having it on the doorstep. It's really popular with dogs and runners. And there's actually a park run here on Saturday mornings. But I don't think the gate's open in time for that. So this is the same river that runs through the other 2 parks that I've been through in the past few days. I'm not quite sure where the source of it is, but yeah, it runs through here as well. And this is the most likely point for it to flood, to be fair, because the culverts through the other 2 parks are quite deep. So it's just as well, because some people's gardens go right up to the edge of the river. So it doesn't flood often. But yeah, it is lovely having this kind of place on my doorstep. Makes me wish I had a dog, but I'm not allowed one where we live. Cats weren't a problem, but landlords can be a bit funny with dogs. I mean, obviously the dog walkers keep their dogs on leads here because of the deer. There's also quite often sheep in the park, but I've no idea what they do with the wool. It'd be nice to spin some local fleece, so I might do a bit of investigating on that too. They may not do anything with it, they might use it as mulch, I don't know. I'm not even sure where I'd find out either. Now this is what we'd call a busy day here. In terms of seeing about 7 people. And we get around to the car park. The car park's looking quite full. It's behind those trees there, so you can probably just about make out some of the cars. And the house, behind the house there are some formal gardens and a boat lake and things. And, that's where they do the light show. There's some more open space up there, so it's a vast, vast space. So even when it's busy, it's not busy. But, so it's annoying that during the lockdowns, it was shut and you couldn't get in. Not even through my gate all the way up there. Because this would have been great during lockdown to come out here and not see anyone and still get some fresh air. Yeah, I went to use the smaller parks instead. So that was irritating. My other irritation today is I forgot to put my watch on. I've also got the phone on the phone, so I'm going to tell the time. But my watch is a Fitbit, so it counts my steps. I mean, I've done plenty of steps in the past couple of days, so these are just like extra ones. But would have been nice to have had them counted and recorded. But there we go. Never mind. I only actually wear a watch when I go out, so when I'm at home, it doesn't even go on. But, never mind. Hopefully you can make this out, but there are loads of deer up there. All those little black bobs. Okay, so that's me heading home to sort out my kitchen and marzipan cake. So I probably won't film anything else today. But I'll obviously be back tomorrow. So I will see you then.